family should have at least one person who can get up and speak. It could be a spokesman. Unfortunately, with the Redish family, you got lots of them. Everybody wants to get up. In fact, one of the principal people that would love to be here up in front of everybody's not here today. Yes. His brother Jake is, but I'm sure Cliff would like to be doing this too. That's right. In fact, the Redish boys, as they're known, the Redish boys, if you don't know about them, they were pretty much the hit of the cruise to, where was that?
Scandinavia.
Yeah, the Dallas Redishes and Cliff were put on shows that were incredible. In fact, there were some of these British people apparently when you were leaving the boat, Greg, that said, he said, well, how'd you like the cruise? Well, it wasn't that good, but ooh, the British boys, I love them. Because they were singing and dancing at all the karaoke things and all the talent shows. It was pretty amazing. So we got plenty of spokesmen. I think it's kind of funny because Greg is always is a wordsmith, you know, and a journalist, and he gives a very beautiful, long, and especially tonight was awesome. And, you know, I love the putting in a nutshell about just the conversation that's been going on for 65 years. You know, well, you know, it kind of crystallizes things that you really never thought about. You know, and just give it a lot of thought. And Honey is I know she's joking, just like I'm joking. Hopefully she realizes that I am, because as parents, there were certain things that were very important, and that was you got two sons, and you got to make sure to never have a favorite son. And so treating us equally. So Greg and I have grown up. The sibling rivalry has never existed in this family. You know, we delight in each other's successes, and we were brought up that way, and hopefully bring up our children that way. We're equal. That's all there is to it. And you know, I was going to bring up a story. Let me get this going here. I was going to bring up a story that we used to do interviews. We had a reel-to-reel tape. This was the latest technology back in the late 50s, early 60s. Reel-to-reel tape recorders where you could actually tape your voice and play it back. So the old ham bone, Papa, would get his two little kids around and have interviews. And we'd talk about the Chicago Bears and, you know, our favorite players. And he'd ask us all kinds of questions like we're on Larry King. I keep thinking of Larry King for some reason, Bob. I don't know why. And then there'd be songs. You know, there'd be songs I'd get on the accordion and play Santa Lucia, and Greg and Papa would sing and harmonize, and then I would get in there, and they'd all laugh and make fun of me. Because I would sing and they'd play it back, and every time they'd play it back, I was completely off key. So I've devoted the rest of my life, unsuccessfully, to look. They're looking at me like
a psychology session.
Explaining yourself.
Devoted the rest of my life to trying to make up for that and feeling, you know, it's like one of those motivating things. I'll show them, like Michael Jordan not making the team the first year around or something. But anyway, I always was off key. I realized that. I still am, so, you know, I'll do the best I can. But the other thing that we talked about as far as raising kids is that I went to Park School for a couple of years. And at Park School, you could play on the basketball team and the football team and the baseball team, and because there's only 20 kids in every class. And there was an incident one time that where I did the horrible offense of I had a cold and I was sick apparently, and I was instructed not to go to basketball practice because I had a cold. Well, as it turns out, I went to school. I felt perfectly fine. Obviously, my cold was over, and I went to basketball practice. And they found out, and as my punishment, I was not allowed to play in the next game against Orchard. So I thought this was ridiculous and whatever, but they insisted that I would not play, and I did not play, and we had never lost to Orchard. We usually won by quite a few points, but I wasn't there, and we almost lost the game. We went into overtime, and my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Harris, almost died of a heart attack. He was pale because it was too exciting for him. But the only reason I'm telling you this story is that I never knew that it said that's the closest they came to divorcing over that, because my mother thought it was silly, or I don't know, you could expound on that I just let him play, and my father insisted that I not play, and they got in a huge argument about it. But the neat thing about all that is I never knew that. I didn't know that until maybe 15, 20 years later, because they always spoke as one voice. In fact, research has shown that exercise happens to be good for a cold. So that research was not out at that time, though. I understand. So, yeah, I guess. I guess Greg was right about they were right about the common sense part. That honey was the one with the common sense. But seriously, though, what was cool about that whole thing is the reason that I can bring it up is the discussions were all behind the kids' back. I had no idea that there was a difference, because it always came from one voice. There was no turning from one to another. So all of us that have kids or are going to have kids or have young kids, it's just a lesson to be learned. Now, of course, I'm doing this strumming the guitar because I'm going to fixing to play a song, a country song, because what many of you do not know is many of Pop are big country music fans. And we couldn't get George Jones to come tonight.
He just died.
I know he died. That's one reason. And I would really love to get Garth Brooks to do this, but I'm all you got, because we didn't have time to have Greg learn this. I remember talking about country music. Our parents, they went out every Friday and Saturday night. Every Friday and Saturday night. And I just remember sitting there and finishing dinner, and Papa sitting with us before he had to go out, or before he went out, I should say, he had to go out, watching Hee Haw all the time. Just loved that show. Okay, Uncle Greg.
That's how you ended up in Chattanooga.
That's something. Okay, Uncle Greg, we need you up here for moral support and for harmony vocals.
Right.
Well, the year was 1948 when we said our vows and we cut the cake. And we took the first steps as man and wife. Wonder if you thought that it would be for life. And we headed to the country in that Oldsmobile for a trip that's lasted for 65 years. And oh, that's all we can do. We can hope that our lives together will never be through. And dream of our place in the sun, where we can shine on the seeds we planted, see what they've done. Oh well, we came to our 10th anniversary with 2 little boys bouncing on our knees in our own little house on a shady lane with a boxer dog and a weather vane. Well, life was simple and life was good, growing up together in the neighborhood. The kids grew up and they made us proud. Their hair was long, man, their music was loud, and ho, that's all we can do. We can hope that our lives together will never be through, and dream of our place in the sun, where we can shine on the seeds we planted, see what they've done. And on every Friday and Saturday night, we got all gussied up and we stepped out in the lights. A tall, handsome surgeon and his beautiful wife made lots of friends that were friends for life. And we saw the world, did it side by side, from Europe to China, yes, it was quite a ride. From Mexico to Jericho, yes, we had a ball. We even paid a visit to the Taj Mahal. By the 50th year, we're still going strong. 5 grandchildren who can do no wrong. And we traveled to Texas, to Tennessee, 'cause we're honey and papa to our family. And oh, that's all we can do. We can hope that our lives together will never be through, and dream of our place in the sun, where we can shine on the seeds we planted, see what they've done. Yes, we're still together after 65 years, shared a lot of laughs and we shed a lot of tears, tried our best to always be fair and to always tell the truth and to be aware that the finest thing in life is the everlasting love that we have for each other and the Lord above. As we sit here together on this wonderful day, we can't imagine living life any other way, and hope that's all we can do. We can hope that our lives together will never be through, and dream of our place in the sun, so we can shine on the seeds we planted, see what they've done, and hope and dream and hope.